Afternoon everyone, so today we're at a Kia Sportage Dynamics. It's a 2015 and it's a 1.7 diesel engine. Customer's complaint was she was driving along the motorway and could not get over 40 miles an hour. So we've drove it down the road to the workshop and we're not experiencing this. But we'll do a full code scan, see what comes up. There's the DLC location right there. Go. Normal. So that's going to give us no direction at all. Engine controller CPF minus and engine controller CPF plus. I don't know, is this a hybrid? I have not a clue. Let's go into it. So I would imagine what we want to look at is pressures. We've got no fault codes in the scan. Unless somebody cleared them out. Don't know. Let's go to the next one then. Plus. Maybe it's just the way it scans it, maybe it's exactly the same module. No codes. Let's read data stream. Right. Yeah, we'll look at back pressure and everything else, but what I would say, look at this. It's a bit smelly. Ooh, it's like it's doing a regen or something like that. Just revved it there in the workshop at 3000 RPM and you can see we're getting up to 60 hectopascals. Let's see if we can change units. It's metric. English. Doesn't make any difference. So we're getting up to 60 but we're kind of at 45, so I need to do the conversion. Now that figure's not too bad. We were reading 45 hectopascal. You see that just over half a psi. So, but the very fact of this making a terrible smell, it's like it's trying to do a regen. Even if we went to say 60, so that's still under 1 psi at 3000 RPM. Now let's give it the car a test drive, and indeed lack of power. There's a lovely view right over the Oakle Hills. See, there's snow in them hills. Anyway, here's our code. A P1186. Minimum pressure at engine speed too low. So you would imagine that refers to fuel pressure. So I think the first thing we do is we go into the we go into the fuel and have a look. These things, I'm sure the Kia was notorious for pumps breaking up. So if we strike gold, we will know. There we go, we can only get 40 miles an hour, foot to the floor, and we're getting 7,000 700,000 hectopascals. And you can see it's declining as we try to accelerate here. That's top speed. So our problem is pressure related. Just let it go down to idle there. And there it's dropped again, so we were getting up to, what's that, 1,000, we're getting up quite high. I think it's more the quantity of diesel getting in is restricting the flow. I think that's what it is.
That's better, it's up to 60.
This must be the worst fuel filter to replace in the history of automotive engineering. My goodness. Had to take the air filter off that box, flip up the battery tray, and it's held in with, there's 13mm bolts there. That air box bit there front, disconnect the multi-plug for the ECU, remove the bracket for that, then the filter 3 brackets go into that, disconnect that connector there at the top of the filter, then this one goes to the bottom of the filter. Oh, yeah, it goes like that, and then we'll go out on the bench. So that's the filter out in all its glory. So you've got this, that'll be either a water level sensor or a heater, I don't know. Should be. Aye, 3 wires job. You've got the top there, and that was that other connector went in there that I showed you in the car. And I think that's the bleeder, isn't it? And then we've got the diaphragm, need to check that. Right, get rid of that mess into a bucket. So there's the filter there. Original genuine parts, so that looks like the original filter. That ain't been changed for 7 years. So the Eurocar parts have just arrived. New filter installed. Started up, no bother. I think we'll call that a fix. So I've just had a look. I think hectopascals you just converted to bar. So see about 100 bar, 92 bar, I think that's the way it was. And we've got plenty of power now anyway. So the diesels never overlook the basics. Go back to the filter, eh? If you've not got good fuel supply, you're not going to have great output. This thing up to 1,500,000 hectopascals. So I think that equals what's that? 1,500 bar. So you can see we're getting up to that. Pulling strong. Is that your foot right down on it? Right.
That's a reading there.
That's it. Oh, so there you go. That's that pump I would say is at its maximum. You can see that. Something's broke down up here. So that's a good pump, that, and it was just the fuel filter, it was clogging.